Hey guys, it's Miharu. When you think about the most popular furry characters in video games, who comes to mind first? Well, we all have different answers, male or female, but many of us would probably say the blue vixen herself, Krystal. Despite making her debut in what would later be seen as the black sheep of the Starfox franchise, she would skyrocket in popularity in the years that followed, eventually becoming a core member of the Starfox team, a highly requested Smash edition, and an icon for furries everywhere. Even those who don't know anything about the series are bound to know who she is. The curious case of Krystal is that, when you think about it, we really don't know anything about her. She's one of those characters that seemingly gained popularity solely due to her fan art-friendly design and sultry English accent. The game manual does give us a small explanation about how she finds herself on Saria, saying she's the sole survivor of the planet Serenia, searching for the truth behind the destruction of her home. Unfortunately, the importance of this quest comes to a halt after her less than 15-minute playable section at the beginning of the game, and is never brought up again in subsequent titles. But there was a lot more planned for her than what that tiny paragraph told us, and some of it you may find surprising. So let us go back to the late 90s and explore the origin of Krystal. After the completion of Diddy Kong Racing, British game developer Rare was hard at work on what would be their final title for the N64. Set to be released in 2001, it was to be their swan song, a masterpiece that would push the system's hardware to its limits. That game was Dinosaur Planet, but as the N64 was reaching the end of its lifespan, it was decided the project would move to the upcoming Nintendo GameCube. It was released on September 23, 2002 as Starfox Adventures. Dinosaur Planet was to be a game like no other, with stunning visuals, full voice acting, and a deep story with complex characters. One such character was Krystal, the only surviving member of the Fox tribe from the planet Animus. When she was 6 years old, her village was attacked during the night by a mysterious figure, leaving her an orphan. The following morning, she was found by a wizard named Randorn, who would raise her as his own. Together, they discovered a hidden temple with a portal leading to Dinosaur Planet. They could hear the dinosaurs calling for help from beyond the portal, and Randorn went in, telling Krystal to stay behind and find his son, Saber. She does, and they both enter the wormhole to aid Randorn, who had sent a message that he was in danger. It is this distress call that leads Krystal to Dinosaur Planet, which is where the game begins. If this looks familiar, it's because these scenes, as well as the gameplay, were lifted and updated for Adventures, albeit with a few changes. The most noticeable difference is that Krystal is still in possession of her staff, rather than her losing it a few seconds in to give Fox a weapon. After all, half the adventure was originally her own, including memorable parts of the game like Lightfoot Village and Cloudrunner Fortress. She would also have her own sidekick, the Cloudrunner Princess Kite. As the adopted daughter and student of a great wizard, Krystal could be described as cool and collected, skilled in both combat and magic with a strong desire to protect those in need. I saw her as the type who kept personal problems to herself and instead focused on helping others, with Kite often relying on her support to keep calm in stressful situations. So what happened to her in the transition to a Starfox title? Well, for one, she was aged up from 16 to 19. I assume this was done to make her romantic relationship with Fox more appropriate, considering he's quite a few years older than her. Her appearance in general was also changed to be more Fox-like. Many people still think her original version was meant to be a cat, but the condensed story proves this theory wrong. Briefly mentioning her change in wardrobe, the Adventures version is a lot less practical for action, but a lot more eye-catching for the audience. Star Fox Assault would give her a bodysuit that's both appealing and more efficient for her work on the team, but her tribal look remains the most memorable. As stated, when over half the game's original content was cut when it was being repurposed, Krystal lost much of what made her unique. Despite being a capable fighter in both physical and magical combat, a telepath, and having a badass Soul Survivor label attached, her arc is promptly aborted, and she gets demoted to being nothing more than a standard love interest. Which, by the way, is something she was never intended to be. The character that would end up being replaced by Fox, Randorn's son Saber, was more or less Krystal's adoptive brother, though this information sheet does say she had a crush on him. Then again, the story of Dinosaur Planet was never completed, so there are numerous continuity errors in these bios. It's no secret that Krystal's been through her ups and downs over the years. On one hand, she has a sizable fanbase, albeit mostly in the West, who love her and believe she should always be a face for the franchise, whether it be in Smash or a new Starfox game. On the other hand, the creators don't seem to like her very much and are reluctant to keep her as part of the series, explaining why she didn't appear in Star Fox Zero, though it's still up in the air as to whether she'll be reintroduced into the new continuity. Her appearance in Smash Ultimate as an assist trophy is also giving fans hope that she'll return. Unfortunately, some people find it hard to look past her wasted potential and see her as nothing more than overrated furry bait. And it's sad because she could be so much more than that if only she was allowed. If reintroduced to the series, make Krystal's story matter. Have her find her family's killer, even if it's Andross, have her fight, give her that personal vendetta. More interaction with the team is also much needed. Nothing wrong with her being Fox's love interest, but have it progress naturally. What it comes down to is that she was a good idea with poor treatment and execution. And whatever the future holds, there's no doubt that Krystal, controversial as she may be in some areas, will continue to serve as a symbol of the furry community for years to come. That's gonna do it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed this look into the origins of a fan favorite character. As always, leave your thoughts in the comments below, don't forget to subscribe and follow me on all my social medias, and I will see you next time. Until then, this is Miharu, signing off.